the heart of Umuokwe, a village surrounded by thick forests and ancient shrines, life moved at a slow, predictable pace. The villagers were simple people, farmers, hunters, and traders who valued honesty and hard work above all else. But one fateful evening, just as the sun dipped behind the hills, a stranger arrived. He was a young man, tall and broad-shouldered, but his clothes were tattered, his sandals worn to the sole. His name, he claimed, was Chike, a poor wanderer looking for work. No one knew that in the bustling city of Lagos, he was known as Chike Okafor, the heir to one of the wealthiest business empires in the country. Chike had come to Umuokwe with a purpose. He had seen how wealth attracted all the wrong people, women who smiled only when they saw money, who loved gold more than the heart. He wanted something different. He wanted a woman who would love him for his soul, not his fortune. The villagers, though wary, were kind. An old widow, Mama Neka, gave him a place to sleep in her small hut, and the village chief allowed him to work on his farm in exchange for food. But there was something eerie about Umuokwe, something Chike could not ignore. On his first night, as he lay on the bamboo mat in Mama Neka's hut, he heard it, a whisper, soft and chilling, drifting through the night air. "Leave now, before it is too late." Chike sat up, his heart pounding. He looked around, but the room was empty. Outside, the moon cast long shadows across the compound. He shook his head and lay back down. Maybe it's just the wind, he told himself, but the next night he heard it again. "This village is cursed. Leave before the spirits take you." This time he bolted out of the hut, searching the darkness for whoever was speaking. Nothing, only the rustling of trees and the distant hoot of an owl. Mama Neka noticed his troubled face the next morning. "You heard them, didn't you?" she asked, her voice low. Chike frowned. "Who?" she sighed. "The voices of the forest. They do not like strangers." Despite the eerie whispers, Chike refused to leave. He had come with a mission, and he would not fail. And then, one day, he met Adanna. She was different from the other village girls. She did not dress in the brightest wrappers or wear the heaviest beads. She was simple but beautiful, with kind eyes that held wisdom beyond her years. She worked hard, carrying firewood, tending to her family's farm, and caring for her younger siblings after their parents had died. Chike watched her from a distance, admiring the way she smiled even in hardship. He approached her one evening as she fetched water from the stream. "Let me help you," he offered, reaching for her clay pot. She laughed. "A stranger who wants to carry water? That is rare." "I am not afraid of work," Chike said. From that day they grew close. She did not care that he was poor. She valued his kindness, his humility. Slowly, Chike realized this was the woman he had been searching for. But the village spirits had other plans. One night, as Chike walked Adanna home, the air grew heavy. A strong wind howled through the trees, and the temperature dropped. Then they heard it, low, menacing laughter echoing through the forest. Adanna clutched his arm. "They are coming," she whispered, her face pale. "Who?" Before she could answer, the laughter turned into a scream. A dark figure appeared from the trees, its eyes glowing red. Chike felt his knees go weak. The villagers had spoken of spirits that roamed the land, of ancient forces that despised outsiders. The shadow stretched toward him, its fingers like long claws. Chike tried to move, but his body was frozen. Adanna, trembling, reached into her bag and pulled out a small calabash. She whispered something and blew into it. A loud boom shook the air, and the spirit recoiled, screeching. The wind stopped. The darkness lifted. Chike gasped. What just happened? Adanna turned to him, her voice shaking. "You should not have come here." The next morning, Chike confronted Mama Neka. "Tell me the truth about this village." She sighed deeply. "Many years ago, a wealthy man came here, just like you. He was arrogant and cruel, and he angered the spirits of the land. They cursed him and all who carried his kind of wealth. Any rich man who enters Umuokwe will either lose everything or be taken." Chike's blood ran cold. Could that be why the spirits were after him? Despite the danger, Chike refused to leave. He loved Adanna, and he would not abandon her. But the spirits were relentless. Each night they grew stronger. The villagers urged him to go before it was too late. Then, one fateful night, the spirits gave him an ultimatum. If you love her, leave and never return. If you stay, your soul will be ours. Chike was torn. He had found the woman of his dreams, but he could not risk her safety. So, with a heavy heart, he left. Months passed, and Adanna wept for Chike. She believed he was gone forever. But one day, the village erupted in whispers. A convoy of expensive cars had arrived. People rushed to see the newcomer. And there he was, Chike, dressed in fine clothes, standing tall beside his fleet of cars. The villagers gasped. It is him, the poor stranger. Chike had returned, but this time as his true self. He walked straight to Adanna's house and knelt before her. I left because I had to, but I will never leave again. If the spirits want me, they will have to face me as I am. Adanna, in tears, embraced him, and then something strange happened. The ground trembled, the wind roared, and the spirits screamed, before disappearing into nothingness. The curse had been broken. Epilogue, a love that defeated darkness. Chike and Adanna were married in a grand ceremony. The spirits never returned. The village of Umuokwe, once haunted, became a place of joy. And so the man who pretended to be poor found a love so pure that even the spirits could not break it. The end.